When people ask me with rural development, what do you do? First thing I would say is I make people's dreams come true. Because one of the things they always talked about is owning, one of these days, years, owning their own home. And that is something that I was able to fulfill for them with the help of staff, of course.
Yeah, gosh, reflecting back, housing to me is both multifamily housing and single-family housing. But the memories that stay with me the most are the 504 repair loan and grant recipient. They're usually elderly folks that just appreciate what we're able to do for them in making repairs to their home. Have them tell us their story about how much more comfortable and their better quality of life just resonates with me. The other thing that comes to mind for me is self-help housing. To see groups of folks come together in a supervised way to build their own homes, and to go to that final ceremony where they get to move in and get their keys, and all the work that goes into that. The reward is huge, and it's so awesome that rural development gets to be part of that.
For me, it was the 502 home purchase, because I still am in contact with some of the homeowners, and I've watched them over the years. Like, I have a client that I'm still connected with that she bought 17 years ago, and now her grandbabies are being raised in this house. It makes me happy that they've truly, have a house where everybody can come back to, and that's important.
Well, for me, of course, it was multifamily housing, and I've been so fortunate for over 30 years to work in that program and to be able to make sure that we provide decent, safe, and sanitary housing. But my passion was accessibility and being able to make sure that everyone was able to live, especially the seniors, in an apartment that they can enjoy.
A lot of good people out there that just, no matter what they do, they'll never have the wherewithal to get that 20% down payment. They're just not going to do it. So that's where we come in, and I enjoy doing that. There's good people who can't get a home of their own without us.
And I like working with all of the rural communities. With single family, I was working with individuals. Now I'm working with the entire community. And it's wonderful to go out there and see them come together as a group, and what can they do to make their particular community better. And I love being a piece of that and able to help them.
So one way that we used to do outreach in a very fun and team-building way, and to get the word out about our programs, we would participate in parades in rural communities. We would take our USDA banner, and we would usually decorate the car, and then we would make programs to hand out to parade goers along the road. I remember one parade, it was in Winlock. Every rural community has their different name, It was Egg Days in Winlock, and we had a big check, and we had just awarded the community a wastewater treatment loan and grant. State director carried that big check through town, and then we were parading behind with our banner and everything. But what a hit that was. Rural development showed up in the community. Community tours to me were so important for community building, externally. Of course, we usually would include some kind of a listening session with a community where our whole team could hear from that community as far as their needs and how we always invited our congressional representative. They went right alongside of us, and they were so supportive, and they learned a lot.
What I miss most about working with rural development is working with the rural communities, and I really loved helping them, finding out what they needed, and then helping them put together the application and the environmental and all the other information that was needed to get their project funded. My favorite project of all time was funding the hospital in Elma, Summit Pacific Medical Center. It was humbling working with this amazing group of people that worked at the hospital there, and it is just doing so well. That was such a good investment of rural development funding.
Within rural development, we have our business and cooperative programs that supports small business, job development, job creation. What drew me to the business programs was our renewable energy program. All of our business programs, they really make a huge difference economically. That is all adding to the vitality of our economy in our own state and in our rural areas.
I think RD is important because it's kind of the full meal deal. I think of it as a circle. So starting with single family housing. If you don't have housing, then you don't need business programs, because business programs is all about economic viability. If you don't have business programs, then you don't have people working. If you have people working, they need housing, they need water, they need sewer, they need community facilities. Without one, you don't have a need for any other. We're a part of every community pretty much. That is what I think is important. I like RD itself because we're a team, it's a family. We do great work, whether it's housing, business, multifamily, community programs, water and waste. We're all a piece of the same team.
I think what we did was very important work.
Yes.
Still is for all the new people. It's something that you're going to enjoy doing, and it should be something that you will enjoy years after it's done.